Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 14th. This week, you have a pretty straightforward week. You start off with the Five of Spades. Five of Spades, it can be a card of jealousy and all these other things, but I always look at this card as being a little bit more deep than that. And this card can actually say that you need to become more spontaneous in your life. You need to allow for more spontaneous things to happen. Sometimes when this card comes in, we can get stuck in like safety zones where we're like we find something that works in our life or whatever, and then so we stay in this zone of like safety where it's just safe to stay on this path. This card, it comes in and says, hey, you know what, that safety zone there, that safe path that you have been on has served you well, because it's like, made you money and all of this other stuff, if that's what you need in your life, or it's brought you love. But maybe it's too safe and you're not taking any risks, you're not being spontaneous enough, and you need to kind of like branch out. This card can ask us, it can really ask us to expand our mind, to just open up and to look at some other things around us, look at what's going on. And because, like, again, it can be the card of being stuck on like a hamster wheel of just doing the same thing day in, day out. And the card says, hey, why don't you start like adding in some other activity, some other things, trying some new things, because that will get you out of, if you're feeling stuck, or even if you're not feeling stuck, even if you're just feeling like you're kind of like coasting along, and that's fine. But maybe you want some more excitement in your life. This card asks you to kind of like branch out and do some more exciting things. And the message is kind of strengthened with this card, the Seven of Diamonds. Seven of Diamonds can be us worrying about money when there's really nothing to worry about, when we have plenty of money. With this card, I always say that you could have $10 million in the bank, but you're still going to worry about money with this card. So it kind of speaks to that whole spontaneous thing, because the card, says, hey, you know what? You have money now, or you should be getting better financially, so you have the ability to kind of branch out and do some other things. The card also, if you're sitting here saying, oh, I don't have money, the card rewards creativity in coming up with creative solutions. And it's funny, because in my personal readings, when I do personal readings for people, I'm seeing people doing this. People who never thought of starting their own business or starting their businesses, or people are finding things to sell in their home to make extra cash and all this other stuff. I'm gonna do a video on this. I've been saying this for like 6 months now, that I'm gonna do a video all about how people are looking for new ways to make money, because we can't rely on jobs anymore. And moving forward, I mean, the way I see it, even just when I meditate on this, is that you're not going to be able to rely on a job in the near future. You're going to have to kind of create your own thing, and that's where people are going to have to go. And people are doing it, which is interesting. But this is a card of creating finances, and creating more money in your life, especially this week. So definitely open up to any of those opportunities. And again, to strengthen that message, you have the King of Clubs, which is like the money-making card of the deck here. So this is the energy that's surrounding you. And, it's interesting, because normally people think the King of Diamonds is a money-making opportunity card, but really the King of Clubs is the true opportunity card. And even look, isn't it interesting that he's got that big circle in the middle of his chest that looks like a coin? It's like the King of Clubs is the type of person who can see into the future. So if you have any feelings this week of like, if you have an idea about something you could sell, and you feel like you're kind of looking into the future on this, and it feels like a good idea, go for it. The King of Clubs, again, he can see things kind of before they happen, and then he does it, and he becomes really successful in like the near future, because of those things. So definitely open up to those opportunities. You end with the Seven of Hearts. Seven of Hearts can be feeling a lack of love. If you're in a relationship, the card asks you to communicate with your partner. You are actually the one that's missing here. Your partner's right here. So the card is saying, hey, just communicate with your partner. If you're feeling a lack of love, just open up to them and say, hey, I need more attention this week, or whatever. And like I said, they're here on the card, so they will provide it for you. If you're single, then you're going to have to go out and try to meet new people. That's what the card says. It says go out and try to meet new people and all these other things. And a lot of people write me all the time, and they say, I've been going out and all this other stuff, but we've been under these weird Uranus or Saturn things that are going on. Again, I'm not an astrologer, so watch your favorite astrologer to find out more about this. But we're under these weird influences, and they all require us to do like 10 times the amount of work to get what we want. So just know that if you have been trying to meet people, you've been going out and it hasn't been working out, just keep working at it, because again, these influences are requiring people to do like 10 times the amount of work that it would normally take. I think that stuff is supposed to clear up by the end of the year here anyway, so that should all get better. But thank you for watching and have a great week.